Hi, my name is Matt Goff, and I'm a master's degree candidate in the Education Technology program at Boise State University. I started my college career as a displaced factory worker. I went to school at a local community college and earned an associate degree in computer information systems. After that, I went to work in the technology industry. I soon discovered, however, that while I had a strength in technology, I lacked understanding in complex business and management concepts. So that prompted me to go back to school and earn a bachelor's degree in business management. I worked in the business industry for a few more years and then decided to try my hand at teaching. I'd always enjoyed training new employees and teaching about technology, so I thought education might be a good fit for me. I started teaching at a local community college, business and computer information systems as an online adjunct. After a year of teaching, I was asked to develop a course called Computers in Business. This course was focused on second year business and paralegal students. It was at that point I realized that I really didn't understand how to build or design a online course. I knew that I could easily duplicate what I had seen in the past and other courses I had taken, but I wasn't really sure why I was including certain items or even if they were effective. You see, just because a person's a subject matter expert and understands their subject really well doesn't necessarily mean that they know how to teach that subject or understand how people learn. So I spent a little while searching for internet sites or searching internet sites for teacher training programs and different degree programs, and I ran across the EdTech program at Boise State. Now, one of the things I found out about Boise State was that it's very affordable, it's very practical, it suited my needs. The best part about it was that it's ranked in the top 10 for educational technology programs in the United States. To me, that was a big plus. Now, even though I'm an online teacher, it doesn't necessarily mean that I would be a good online student. So I was kind of skeptical whether I would be successful in an online program. I was afraid that it would become even more difficult than a face-to-face course. So I decided to take one course to determine if distance education was right for me. I took EdTech 501. I found that I liked it. The course was very dynamic. It was collaborative. It had a reasonable pace, and it also had a logical flow to the coursework. So in the summer of 2011, I applied for the EdTech program and was accepted, and here I am today. As soon as I started the program, I immediately started applying the concepts that I was learning into my own teaching, and I've really enjoyed this journey. Here are a few examples of the things I learned and some of the projects that I did in the course. When I first saw I was going to have to take EdTech 504 and learn about educational theory, I feared for my survival. I thought, why would I want to learn about educational theory? All I want to know about is practice. I later realized that theory informs practice. Theory is the foundation we rely upon to help us understand and explain things. I discovered the ways we learn are explained by theories such as behaviorism, humanism, cognitivism, connectivism, and countless other isms. I wrote a paper entitled Distance Education for Emerging Minds and Theories. I never thought I would come up with a title like that on my own, let alone write a paper on the subject. Through my research, I learned that constructivism focuses on how knowledge is acquired. It explains the way many of us learn by building upon knowledge and understanding we already have. I found that connectivism explains how the connections we make in our environment influence our reasoning, and that decision-making is, in itself, a learning process. I learned how the internet and social networks create an open social learning space and that this is consistent with the theory of transactional distance. Transactional distance allows for variables to exist, especially between learners and teachers, but also the environment and patterns of our behavior. I learned how social cultural theory informs the practice of using blogs, tweets, and forums to allow students to reflect on new material in a learning community. Creating learning communities in education is important. They help students become more engaged and invested in their studies. I have now expanded the way I and my students communicate in my online classrooms. They are now provided time to collaborate, and I encourage them to reflect on what they've learned. When I went to school in the 1970s and 80s, we were only allowed to reflect on our grades after they were given. The way we were assessed was a mysterious secret. In EdTech 502, 503, and all of my online teaching courses, I learned about proper course design and how to create assessment tools that I can use and present to my students as guides for learning success. Before the EdTech program, I found the task of writing rubrics, checklists, activity expectations to be a daunting and tedious task. Now, I consider assessment and learning objectives before I even consider creating an activity. In EdTech 505, Evaluation for Educational Technologists, I learned about program evaluation. I evaluated my college's fulfillment of the cultural literacy requirements for the Associate of Arts transfer degree, otherwise known as AAOT. An AAOT degree allows Oregon Community College students to transfer to the Oregon Community College system as juniors. It meets the lower division general education requirements for bachelor's degree programs of any institution in the Oregon University system. As of 2011, a cultural literacy course is required for this degree. My evaluation determined what courses met the cultural literacy criteria and if they were properly identified in the college catalog. This is important to my college because it aligns with its mission and goals to expand opportunities for post-secondary transfer students. It also enhances the cultural well-being of the students and the community. The evaluation was important to me because it allowed me to receive academic credit for a project that positively and substantially impacted my institution. This evaluation was used as a guide for the college's curriculum committee and the instructional council, as well as evidence for accreditation purposes. My recommendations from the evaluation were also considered in the restructuring of policies and procedures, as well as information management. Not all of the things I learned in this program were just about theory, design, assessment, and evaluation. I got to do some pretty fun things also. In EdTech 502, Internet for Educators, 506, Graphic Design for Learning, and 513, Multimedia, I learned how to personalize my teaching through multimedia such as text, images, graphics, audio, and video. I used Adobe Fireworks to create graphics and manipulate images. I used Dreamweaver to create web pages using XHTML and cascading style sheets. I used Audacity to record and edit audio and Camtasia to produce videos and screencasts. This allows me to approach subjects in a multifaceted way in my online classes. It helps me reach more students with my instructional message. In my online teaching courses, I learned about different learning management systems like Angel, Blackboard, Desire to Learn, eCollege, and Moodle. I learned about conferencing software such as Skype, Blackboard, Collaborate, and Adobe Connect for synchronous instruction, tutoring, and collaborative group work. In EdTech 522, I learned about dozens of useful Web 2.0 tools Some of the examples are 280 slides, Animoto, Glogster, Prezi, SlideShare, TalkBox, WallWisher, and Mashups. All of these tools will be handy as I continue to innovate in my teaching. The EdTech program has not only helped me grow as a person and as an educator, but also given me the confidence and skills to take on almost any educational challenge. I hope to continue my learning about new technology and appropriately applying it in education. Now that I'm at the end of the EdTech program, I feel inspired to pass on what I'm learning and what I have learned to my colleagues. I've already begun to improve my teaching, but I'd like to take it a step further by sharing my knowledge and helping other instructors improve their own teaching. Thank you very much.